The portal near the Traveler has puzzled us since its creation. In the Final Shape teaser, we learn where this leads, but that still doesn't answer some of our biggest questions, like how is Cayde back? Looking at some of the lore this season, both surrounding the portal and the veil, there are some interesting possibilities. This plane of existence may be where every being, mind, and memory is stored from every time period. Is this inside the Traveler, and does this explain Cayde's return? Let's discuss. One of Destiny's artists, Dima Goryanov, described the veil as a physical manifestation of incomprehensible cosmic energy, window into the mind and memory of the universe. We know that darkness has to do with memory, and the veil is in fact an artifact of darkness. The effects of this portal created by linking the veil and Traveler apparently has effects on the memory of living beings. In a recent video, we discussed the Akashic Revelation ship's lore, where a Titan Joxer attempts to enter the portal. As he's about to, he experiences his past life as a human. He hears his wife call out to him, "Eric, come back to bed," as he stands there worried about the Ares 1 mission and what the Traveler might bring. He remembers his kids as well, and then he hears the scream he will make as he enters the portal before he hears it. So a big focus on time and memory here. He even experiences the beginning of the universe, the Big Bang, all the way to the heat death of the universe. So he's experiencing everything in between that as he's about to die, apparently. So there we have that memory aspect caused by the effects of the portal and the veil. The veil was needed by the witness to look into the mind and memory of the universe. Joxer felt these memories from the universe and supposedly died, his body seen in the opening cinematic. His physical body does appear dead, but did his consciousness die? Maybe it did transport itself through the portal like Cayde's. Something I brushed over at first was the name of the ship this lore comes from, the Akashic Revelation ship. When you look up Akashic or Akashic, there's actually some religious beliefs that explain an Akashic record. The Akashic records are a compendium of all universal events, thoughts, words, emotions, and intent ever to have occurred in the past, present, or future, in terms of all entities and life forms, not just human. They are believed by theosophists to be encoded in a non-physical plane of existence known as the mental plane. There is no scientific evidence for the existence of the Akashic records. So the name of the ship, like the definition Revelation, is a surprising and previously unknown fact, especially one that is made known in a dramatic way. In this case, us learning about Joxer's memories from the dramatic event as he tries to enter the portal. A non-physical plane of existence, the mental plane. Is that where Cayde 6 is? Where the other side of the portal leads? This is said to be a place where everything is stored, thoughts, lives, minds, and memory. Is this the cloud of Destiny's universe? Cayde is here without a ghost, so maybe Cayde exists in this place and Ikora found him, or a memory was manifested in this realm of the gunslinger himself. That would mean Cayde was like a memory, I guess, stuck to this place. Ikora, on the other hand, would be real, her ghost seen here as the Guardians will eventually find a way to enter the portal later this year before the final shape. Reddit user Prince Zach III proposed this idea and I think it fits perfectly. They made a post about this 2 months ago before we even got the ship that explains the Akashic Revelation, so that was a very nice prediction. First, we had the veil, mind and memory. Now we get the Akashic Revelation ship and Joxer's story, which seem to line up just right to give us a clue as to what the heck is going on here. This is an interesting theory, but questions of course still remain, as they always do in Destiny. Like, is this just another realm? Is it actually inside the Traveler, and was the veil the key to unlock this realm and look into that memory? Eric Pfeiffer's concepts of the Traveler's beam also talk about time distortions involving the Traveler, which I thought was kind of cool. As the Traveler gathers its energy, waves of time distortion spill out from the center, refracting and bending the light. So this realm where Cayde exists on the other side of the portal may be some sort of cloud, a place where everything is stored. You may think that's it, but you know what sounds very similar to that? The Cloud Ark, a digital dimension built by the Neomuni people to store their consciousness and data, and they built it using the Veil.
We want to protect the Veil. We first and foremost need to protect the Cloud Ark.
Rohan, I think we're still a little fuzzy here. What exactly is the Cloud Ark?
It's our city's network, our infrastructure, our people, our defenses. Everything depends on it.
Just so we're clear, if the Cloud Ark is lost, what does that mean for the Neomuni?
All our citizens have uploaded their consciousness into the Cloud Ark. No Cloud Ark means lights out for everyone in Neomuna.
Is this?
Looks like a Cloud Ark prototype. That's... wow.
In the We Before Us lore card from Forsaken's Ghost Stories lorebook, a ghost speaks about how they were born. I remember the moment we were born. There was pain and loss and a feeling of falling. Was this the end? The shadows gathered, colored bruised purple and gray in our fading consciousness. Our shell cracked and splintered. Parts of us were lost or carried away. We felt those wounds jagged and sharp. We could feel them still, attached by a gossamer-thin strand of understanding. We felt a garden with no blooms, a valley shrouded in gloom. We felt ourselves dying. We didn't want to go. Then there I was, separated from the whole. I could feel it shrink, slip back into itself, dim and unseeing. I knew it was waiting, resting, watching, considering. And I knew what I needed to do. Somewhere in this wide, amazing galaxy, there was a person. They were quiet and dead, like we had been, but I could bring them back. I could share what was inside me, this glorious warmth and life and breath and being. Together, that person and I would do what we, the we before me, could not. I wrapped the spark that was me in metal and glass, a tiny bit of something that reminded me of the home we had shared. Then I set out to find my person, the Keeper of Light. A ghost describes being part of a whole, then separated, becoming a ghost, hence the title The We Before Us. So that is interesting. What was this we? Were all these ghosts' consciousness combined somewhere before they became separate and became their own ghosts? They mentioned a garden with no blooms and a valley shrouded in gloom. To me, this sounds like the period around the collapse when the ghost began to form, when the traveler made its final stand and pushed back the darkness.
I was born the moment the traveler died, as everything collapsed around us. Before that day, there had never been a ghost. There had never been a guardian. I don't know much about the traveler, but I know it made me to bring you back. And I spent a really, really long time searching for you. The Cosmodrome? Not the first place I looked. As I saw the other ghosts find their guardians, and the centuries went by, I wondered if I'd ever find you. And then, I did.
In the same lore book in No Res for the Weary, ghosts describe how guardians are revived, or theorize on how this process happens. This information is pulled from somewhere, then they cobble these humans back together, a template of sorts from another timeline, they say. But all ghosts know there are places we cannot bring our guardians back to life, and this is one of them. Why? Is this darkness gathered against us here? Is the light too weak? I think I know why. Some share my theory. What do we do when we bring our guardians back? What is the magical heart of the process? Are we like the city's probability kilns, twisting the quantum vacuum in our favor to yield matter? Perhaps, perhaps. But certain members of a cult I shall not directly name have their own specific interpretation of this process. When you bring him back, they told me, you must have a template, an image to provide you with the information you need. Where do you get that template? Simply in a neighboring timeline, a place where he is still alive and intact. And wherever there is great danger, wherever the probability of death is too high, then those timelines become scarce and hard to reach, and so you find the zones where Guardians cannot easily be remade. So members of a certain cult had this theory. This could be the future war cult. They say when a ghost brings somebody back, they have to pull this information from somewhere, a template of a previous version of them or something to bring them back. If that is the future war cult, that is also interesting considering some dialogue we heard about Maya Sundaresh and the war cult in recent weeks. All of that kind of sounds like the ship lore in this alternate timeline or cloud storage realm, one where ghosts could pull from, perhaps where they were even born. We also know the Witness needed this connection between light and dark to open the portal. Ghosts also seem to have connection to darkness, not just the light. We don't exactly know how, but perhaps they were born from this collision, like this realm. But anyway, Guardians, that's all we have for today's video. Through the darkness and light, a plane of existence may have been accessed by the Witness. One where it could look into the past of the universe, perhaps try and shape these memories to its liking. A place where memories of Cayde's consciousness still exist, and where the Guardians will venture with Ikora presumably later this year. If you'd like to see some more Destiny lore and mysteries just like this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. Anyway, I thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.